Ever thought a simple gummy bear could launch you into a whole world of ideas?
Hmm.
Today we're diving into Ellie in the World of Gummies. It's a listener source, actually, that sends us right into this, well, sugary landscape.
Yeah, just from eating one gummy bear, she's
Boing.
transported. It's quite the premise.
Totally. Imagine this jungle, but everything's like squishy and smells super sweet.
And what's really cool is how this fun idea
Yeah.
lets us unpack something pretty fundamental: balance. Especially with sugary stuff.
Right.
We're not going to get all technical about glucose or anything, but extract some useful, kind of memorable insights about healthy habits from Ellie's trip.
Exactly. And for you listening, especially if you're like our learner persona, the mission here is pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
What can we learn about moderation? Why do healthy choices matter? Ellie's candy adventure is like a surprisingly fun way to get at some important stuff without feeling like homework.
So, okay, Ellie eats the gummy. Boom, she's in this wonderland. What hits her first? What's it like?
Okay, picture this. Gummy worm trees towering over you, paths made of jelly beans, the air just thick with that sweet candy smell.
Wow, intense.
And then she meets Wiggles. He's this red gummy worm, wears a little top hat, and he talks.
He talks, okay?
Yeah, and apparently everything talks there. Even a grumpy gummy broccoli she bumps into
A
later.
grumpy broccoli. That's brilliant. It kind of hints that maybe it's not all sweetness in life, right?
Exactly. So Wiggles becomes her guide. What's the first big lesson he shares about this candy kingdom?
Well, Wiggles basically says, look, even here, you got to have balance. He warns her straight up, too many gummies, you're going to get the loop-de-loops.
Loop-de-loops. I like that. It's a
Uh-huh.
kid-friendly way to say tummy ache or maybe sugar rush crash.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A really simple way to show the downside of, overdoing it. Does the story give a specific example? Like, what happens?
Oh, yeah. There's this gummy donut dragon who flies past all wobbly and hiccuping like crazy.
A donut dragon. Okay, this world is something else.
Right. Turns out he had like 32 gumdrops for breakfast.
32. Wow. No wonder he was wobbly.
Yeah, and he ends up crashing into a licorice bush. So it's a pretty clear picture of, sugar overload consequences.
Definitely a memorable image.
Oh.
So Ellie sees this, and she must be thinking, okay, if it's all candy, what are the other options? Does Wiggles show her anything else?
He does, and this is where it gets really interesting. He leads her to this tree, but it's got actual fruit on it. Apples, oranges, even a banana that looked kind of stubborn, apparently.
Real fruit.
Yeah.
In the gummy world.
Yeah. Wiggles calls them natural sweets, and he makes this key distinction. He calls them energy power-ups.
Energy power-ups. I like that.
Right. And he says gummies are just for treats, not, for fueling your whole day.
That's a really neat way to frame it. Treats versus fuel. So what does Ellie take away from all this whole journey?
She kind of nails it. She figures out less sugar crash, more snack smarts.
Snack smarts. Perfect.
And just before she leaves, she slides down this rainbow slide to get home, by the way.
Of course she does.
Wiggles gives her one last reminder. Treats are fun, but balance is magic.
That's a great line. Balance is magic. So she gets back to her room. Does the lesson actually stick?
Seems like it. She's back. She still has that gummy bear in her hand from before she left.
Okay.
But her first move isn't to eat it. She actually puts it aside and decides she'll have her apple first.
So she's already applying the snack smarts. Choosing the power up before the treat.
Exactly. It's a small thing, but it shows she really got the message.
So if we boil this down for everyone listening, you included, what are the core takeaways from Ellie's big gummy adventure?
I think number one is just that idea of balance. Sweets are enjoyable, sure, but moderation is key.
Right. It's not about never having them.
No. And second, too much sugar really can make you feel, well, kind of lousy, like the hiccuping dragon, right?
Mhm.
The loop-de-loops.
Avoid the loop-de-loops.
And third, that things like fruit, the healthy options, they give you steady energy. They help you feel strong. They're the real fuel.
So it's about the mix, finding that right combination for your body. A little treat here and there, but mostly focusing on those healthier choices.
Precisely. It's not about depriving yourself, just understanding how different foods make you feel and function. Energy power-ups versus, well, just treats.
Makes sense.
So thinking about Ellie in that gummy world, maybe take a second and consider your own day. How do you balance treats and those healthier choices?
Yeah, what little tweaks could you make?
What could help you feel more of those energy power-ups and maybe a bit less like that donut dragon tangled in the licorice?
Definitely something sweet and useful to chew on.
Until our next deep dive.